You know, two Lakewood Ranch homes can have the same price and have very different monthly costs. And the difference is usually not the mortgage, it's the property tax reset, the insurance, the HOA, the CDD assessments, the club fees, and the maintenance that comes along with the house. And if you're comparing homes here in the Lakewood Ranch area, these are the 7 numbers that I would put on my sheet of paper and calculate before choosing a village. Now, keep 2 homes in your mind as we go through this process. Same purchase price, a home may win category A, and then another might win category B. And by the end, you'll know which one fits your actual monthly budget. Now, the first number is property tax after the purchase. So don't use the seller's current tax bill as your forecast. Florida's Save Our Homes Act benefit can hold a long-time owner's assessed value below the current value of the home, and that's where the taxes are actually calculated from. And after a qualifying change of ownership, the property is generally reassessed at the value that the purchase was made on. And that usually happens in the following January of the year that the house was purchased. Now, that's why buyers' future bills can look very different from the ones that are attached to the listing. Now, if this will be your permanent Florida residence, you may qualify for homestead exemption. And if you're moving from another state, I would suggest that you check out Florida's homestead exemption. If you're actually in here in Florida now, you want to check with the property appraiser's office to see if portability applies to you. Now, this is not a place to guess. Run the parcel through the county estimator and talk with the appraiser about what your exact situation is. And also look at when the home was purchased, if it's a resale. Was it in 2021 or 2022 at the height of the market? Or if they owned it for 15 years? Each one of those is very different, and your taxes could be less or more depending on the sale price of the home. Now, number 2 is the homeowner's insurance, plus your flood insurance when the property calls for it or if your lender requires it. And the village name does not give you the answer, the house does. So what you have to consider is the roof age, the construction year, the number of openings that are on the property, wind mitigation, elevation, any claims that have been on the house in the previous, and the carrier's underwriting all matters. Now, my practical rule is pretty simple. Get an insurance quote before or during the inspection period, not after you have mentally moved into the house. And for a resale, ask for the wind mitigation and 4-point reports if they exist, and if they don't, get them done while you have the home inspection. And from new construction standpoints, you're just going to ask for the wind mit and the 4-point so that you can pass that on to the insurer. Now, number 3 is the HOA. Now, Lakewood Ranch is not one HOA fee area. Each village has its own structure, and the official Lakewood Ranch Guide says the amount and inclusions vary. Some cover only the common areas, and others may include lawn care, irrigation, a gate, cable, or a larger amenity package. So I don't compare HOA fees alone. I compare what you would pay otherwise for those items separately. And if one community includes lawn care and another does not, the lower HOA is not automatically the lower monthly cost. Now, number 4 is the Stewardship District, or the CDD assessments. And this is separate from your homeowners association. Lakewood Ranch explains that the Stewardship District helps fund and maintain the infrastructure, the parks, the trails, the lakes, stormwater systems, roads, and conservation areas. And the amount can vary by property, and it commonly appears on the tax bill as a non-ad valorem assessment. So when you're comparing 2 homes, pull the actual record for each parcel. Don't rely on the rounded number from memory. And if someone tells you the community is CDD free, verify that the parcel is actually that and ask what other reoccurring assessments might apply. Number 5 is the lifestyle cost. Now, this is where Lakewood Ranch choices can move the budget really quick. So you might have golf, a country club, a bundled membership, optional membership, food minimums, capital charges, and trail or racket programs that are not the same from one community to the next. Now, in my recent golf community comparison, That difference was the entire point. Some communities include golf in the structure, and some charge a separate initiation, and some let you live there without joining. So what you need to do is decide what actually you would use. Then price that version of your life. Don't pay for the idea of a lifestyle that you'll only use maybe twice a year, because that really doesn't get you very far. And then number 6 is new construction or resale adjustment. Now, with new construction, the base price is only the starting point. I'm really not a fan of these construction communities, the new communities that put out from the 300s. You can't buy a house in there for 300, or from $1 million. You can't buy a house in there for $1 million. There's always these add-ons. So what you want to do is ask about the lot premium, the design selections, the closing costs, the window treatments, appliances, the lighting, the landscaping, and anything shown in the model that's not actually standard. Now, builders' incentives can change, so get the current offer and the trade-offs in writing. And with a resale, the purchase may include mature landscaping, the blinds, the fans, and improvements the first owner already paid for, but you may also inherit an older roof, an air conditioner that's subpar, or pool equipment or appliances. The clean comparison is not new versus resale. It's an all-in cost versus all-in cost. So here we are at number 7, and it's the maintenance reserve. This one is easy to ignore because it does not arrive on your monthly bill. Pool service, pest control, landscaping, irrigation repairs, air conditioning service, exterior cleaning, and the future roof or appliance replacement that all belong somewhere in the budget. And the right reserve depends on the age and features of the home. And so if you're in a newer villa with a maintenance included and it does not need the same plan as a single family home with a pool. So I would really rather see a buyer reserve a realistic monthly amount than be surprised by 3 irregular bills in the same quarter. So here's the worksheet. Start with principal and interest. Add the buyer's estimated property tax, not the seller's current tax bill. Add the actual insurance quote and the HOA and CDD assessments. And then you're going to add your membership that you really want to choose, and then add maintenance reserve for the specific house. Then compare the communities. Now, that is the real monthly number. And it's also why the quote-unquote cheaper home can cost more, and the higher HOA home can occasionally make sense when it replaces the expenses that you would pay anyway. So here's my local perspective. Do not begin with a list of villages' names. Begin with the 3 costs that you won't really compromise on. For one buyer, that might be no mandatory golf, maintenance included, and a newer roof. And for another, it might be a bundled golf with pool and a short drive to Waterside Place. And once those choices are clear, the village list gets shorter very quickly. And the homes left on the list are much easier to compare. And if you're planning to move to the Lakewood Ranch area, send me 2 or 3 communities you're considering, and I'll help you build a side-by-side monthly cost comparison using the current documents and the actual properties. You can reach me down below, call or text, and there's a consultation link as well. And hey, if you really want to learn about the Lakewood Ranch golf courses, watch this video next. I think you'll get a lot of good information out of it. Bart Bamig, Michael Saunders and Company.